There are moments when you stand before nature and your heart pauses, as if you've stepped into a dream the earth has kept hidden for ages. Imagine this. You're diving deep into a mysterious lake where thousands of colorful jellyfish float like dancers in an underwater symphony. Sunlight pierces the blue water, revealing every movement as light as breath, as if you're drifting between life and a dream. Suddenly, you're pulled back to land, where Custer State Park emerges with towering stone peaks and whispering pine forests. Bison roam across golden grasslands as if time never existed, leaving faint trails of dust beneath a fiery sunset. As the dust fades into the air, a whole new world appears. L'Anse Marinensis, a desert of endless white dunes lit by thousands of turquoise lagoons after each rainy season. You could walk all day and never meet a soul, just sand, water, and the rhythm of your heartbeat echoing the breath of the earth. These are Earth's secrets, revealed only to those who slow down and listen. Sondung amazes not just by size, but also by the strange life it shelters beneath the earth. Creatures like eyeless fish, blind crickets, and glowing worms evolved to survive in complete darkness. Stunning rimstone pools and mineral terraces form where water drips slowly over time. Some stalagmites grow up to 262 feet tall, taking hundreds of thousands of years to form. Sand towers, thread-like cave webs, and slowly shifting stone formations add surreal beauty to the journey. Near the Great Wall of Vietnam, one of the final sections, light from the exit becomes visible for the first time, marks the end of an extraordinary adventure deep within the living heart of the Earth. Jellyfish Lake is an isolated saltwater lake formed thousands of years ago when rising sea levels trapped seawater inside a tropical island's interior. Millions of golden jellyfish have evolved here without stingers due to the lack of predators, forming a completely self-contained and unique ecosystem. Visitors can swim among these transparent jellyfish as they move gently like a living galaxy beneath the water, creating a peaceful and surreal scene. The lake is surrounded by tall limestone cliffs and dense tropical forest, making it almost invisible and hidden from the outside world. A local legend says the jellyfish are sea spirits sent by gods to guard the sacred stillness of nature deep within the wild. Today, only a limited number of visitors are allowed each day, and all actions must follow strict conservation rules to protect the fragile environment. Pamukkale is a natural formation of white limestone terraces with hundreds of hot spring pools spread across a mountain slope about 525 feet high. The terraces formed from calcium-rich spring water that cooled and solidified, creating a white surface that looks like snow. This rare geological process produced bowl-shaped pools that attract studies in hydrology and long-term climate change. Ancient people believed this place had healing powers, where hot mineral water helped restore both the body and the spirit. Pamukkale's uniqueness comes from its rare mix of white stone, thermal water, and perfectly layered terraces stretching down the slope. Visitors soaking their feet often say it feels like entering a peaceful world where time and stress completely disappear. Danakil Depression is one of the lowest places on Earth, with some areas about 410 feet below sea level and temperatures over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Its isolated desert and volcanic location makes it extremely hard to reach and requires special gear and expert local guides for safety. The area features extreme geological phenomena like acid lakes, toxic gas vents, ancient salt flats, and active volcanoes. Scientists use Danakil as a natural lab to study early Earth conditions and the possibility of life on other planets. Bacteria living in highly acidic conditions here opened new doors for space biology and the search for extraterrestrial life. Its surreal landscape, colored yellow, green, and orange by minerals, makes it feel like another planet on Earth. Yuanyang rice terraces sit over 60,500 feet high on steep mountain slopes and are one of the oldest active farming systems. They were created more than 1,300 years ago, showing the perfect harmony between humans and nature by shaping steep land into layered fields. The water in the fields changes color with seasons and sunlight, creating rare and stunning visual effects. The irrigation system uses rainwater and natural streams smartly to keep the soil moist and rich for centuries. Although highly valuable, this place remains outside major tourist routes because of its remote location and difficult access. It is also preserved from heavy tourism by keeping local culture untouched and not commercialized. Lençóis Maranhenses is a vast, white sand area covering hundreds of square miles with dunes over 130 feet tall, yet it receives heavy rainfall, creating thousands of freshwater lagoons. These lagoons appear during the rainy season, showing blue to turquoise colors and changing shape every year based on wind and water levels. Even though no large rivers flow through the area, the water stays clear and stable thanks to a natural underground system. One surprising fact is that these temporary lagoons hold fish because fish eggs stay deep in the sand and hatch only when rain returns. Local people believe ancient spirits once lived here, and the lagoons reflect your face more clearly when your heart is calm. Lençóis Maranhenses is now strictly protected, and visitors must follow designated paths to help preserve the unique ecosystem. Mammoth Hot Springs is a special geothermal spring, formed when hot water brings calcium carbonate to the surface and creates white limestone terraces. The terraces keep changing their shape and structure over time due to the unstable underground water and constant mineral circulation. The whole terrace system is about 60 feet high, stretching along the hillside and forming a nearly surreal landscape. There is still an underground water network not fully explored, and the flow can suddenly shift in just a few hours. Locals believe this place brings up spirits from the earth, and the rising steam looks like shapes of ancient people. The site is strictly protected, and visitors must stay on wooden paths to avoid harming the fragile land and active ecosystem. Custer State Park is known for its wide grasslands, where hundreds of American bison roam freely without fences or human control. The park is located among rugged granite mountains, accessed only by winding roads, helping it stay nearly untouched and wild. Scientifically, its rich ecosystem includes pine forests, rocky valleys, and natural lakes that offer great environments for studying wild biology. Culturally, this place once hosted spiritual ceremonies of native people who saw it as a sacred connection with nature. Its rarity lies in maintaining natural balance between humans and wildlife without modern interference in the 21st century. The area is not heavily promoted or developed, making it feel like a true hidden land for those who seek real nature. Pembrokeshire features tall sea cliffs shaped by wind and waves, with deep cracks and spiral rock forms that look perfectly carved. Some cliff walls produce long echoes, even without any sound source, making people believe unknown energy exists in the area. One drone lost signal for 3 minutes while flying over a deep gap, then returned to normal with no errors recorded. At some seaside spots, electromagnetic meters spin randomly, suggesting the presence of an underground energy field. Many plants lean in the same direction, even when there is no wind, confusing biologists about the cause. There is a theory that this terrain might be the remains of an ancient artificial structure eroded over time by the sea. Pamukkale is a natural formation of white limestone terraces with hundreds of hot spring pools spread across a mountain slope about 525 feet high. The terraces formed from calcium-rich spring water that cooled and solidified, creating a white surface that looks like snow. This rare geological process produced bowl-shaped pools that attract studies in hydrology and long-term climate change. Ancient people believed this place had healing powers, where hot mineral water helped restore both the body and the spirit. Pamukkale's uniqueness comes from its rare mix of white stone, thermal water, and perfectly layered terraces stretching down the slope. Visitors soaking their feet often say it feels like entering a peaceful world where time and stress completely disappear. Trolltunga was formed over 10,000 years ago when glaciers melted and left behind a massive granite rock over the valley. This rock sticks far into the air, about 200–300 feet above the lake, forming a dramatic stone tongue shape. Its beauty comes from the raw danger and wide views stretching out to distant mountains covered in white snow. Nordic legends say this is the tongue of a troll turned to stone by the sunlight touching it one morning. To reach this place, people must hike for several hours across steep and rocky trails full of challenge and adventure. That long journey keeps the area protected and still wild, untouched by too many people or modern development. Moraine Lake is a glacial lake formed from ancient glacier meltwater, located at an elevation of about 6,200 feet above sea level. The lake's unique turquoise color comes from fine rock flour that mixes with the glacier water and reflects sunlight. In summer, the lake reflects the surrounding mountain range like a giant mirror, creating a majestic and peaceful view. Beneath the surface are seasonal underground currents and sediment layers that record past glacier slide events. A local legend says this place is a resting ground for forest spirits, and each ripple is a sign of their presence. The lake area is now strictly managed, limiting access by vehicle to reduce ecological impact and preserve its natural beauty. Monument Valley is an isolated desert region, accessible only by rough dirt roads that stretch across vast and remote terrain. This area is known for its towering red rock beauties that rise up to about 1,000 feet, shaped by millions of years of erosion. Its sedimentary rock layers serve as living evidence of ancient climate shifts and the long geological evolution of Earth's crust. Culturally, the valley is sacred to many native communities and connected to ancient legends and traditional ceremonies. What makes it hidden is not just its remoteness, but the way its beauty cannot be fully captured by photos or descriptions. Monument Valley stands out for its red stone colors, harsh desert sunlight, and wide open space without any visible boundaries. Ikil Cenote is a naturally round sinkhole hidden deep in the forest, making it difficult for visitors to access without a guided path. It is about 130 feet deep and was formed by the collapse of a limestone cave ceiling, exposing a quiet underground pool. Scientifically, it is a rare geological feature that helps researchers study ancient hydrology and underground limestone formation processes. Its rarity lies in its symmetrical shape, vertical walls, and wide open top that creates a striking and unforgettable visual impression. What makes it hidden is the thick surrounding jungle and plain surface above, making the cenote difficult to notice from ground level. From the edge, people often feel overwhelmed by the mythical beauty of water, stone, and light blending into a sacred, natural chamber. Turda Gorge is a limestone canyon formed by erosion over millions of years, about 400 feet deep and stretching more than 1 mile. The landscape combines steep rock walls, lush green vegetation, and a small stream flowing along the canyon floor. Sunlight creates contrasting light and shadow patterns on the rocks, making the whole area appear magical and full of depth. Some parts of the canyon show strange magnetic fields that confuse compasses, and animals tend to avoid those spots for unknown reasons. A legend says a lost ancient leader once hid here, and his spirit is believed to protect or warn those who enter. Today, the canyon is strictly protected, and visitor routes are limited to avoid damaging the ecosystem and fragile limestone formations. Wadi Rum is a remote desert with giant sandstone and granite terrain that requires special vehicles and basic survival skills due to harsh conditions. This area was once home to ancient cultures, leaving behind hundreds of rock carvings and living traces dating back thousands of years. With no artificial lights or modern noise, it is an ideal place to watch stars and study life in extremely dry environments. Its rarity comes from rock formations shaped over time into strange forms found nowhere else on Earth. The colors of the sand and rocks shift constantly with sunlight, creating a scene that feels like a distant planet. Standing in this vast, silent space, visitors feel like they have left the modern world and touched the ancient memory of Earth. Blue Grotto is a famous limestone cave formed by the sea eroding rock walls over millions of years. Sunlight passing through seawater into the cave reflects off stone walls, creating the cave's signature turquoise color. Beneath the water lies a unique marine ecosystem and ancient rock sediments, suggesting the cave was once dry land. Many visitors say the air inside feels significantly cooler than outside, providing a refreshing and mysterious atmosphere. According to legend, the blue light marks the presence of sea gods who once inhabited this sacred site. Blue Grotto is now strictly preserved, with visitors only allowed entry on small boats and must follow environmental protection rules. Matterhorn Mountain is about 114.692 feet high, known for its near-perfect pyramid shape and 4 steep rock faces that give it a majestic and challenging look. The mountain impresses not only with its unique scenery, but also with unexplained, mysterious events. Some climbers said they felt a pulling force toward the peak while standing alone, even when the weather was calm. Others reported compasses near the summit spinning wildly or freezing without reason. At midnight, bright white flashes have been seen on the cliffs, with no signs of any artificial light source. A rock on the eastern side makes a sound like an old bell echoing from inside the mountain when lightly tapped. Many campers here have dreamed the same dream, being trapped between two stone walls and forgetting their own name. Mount McKinley, also known as Denali, is about 2,310 feet high and is the tallest mountain in North America, known for its icy beauty and harsh climate. Glaciers stretch out like Earth's cracks, surrounded by white snow and cold rock, making it feel like entering an ancient world. Some climbers said they heard footsteps behind them while completely alone, along with a strong feeling of being watched, but no one was around. In certain areas, compasses spin wildly, as if being disturbed by an invisible force. People have reported seeing faint blue lights floating above the ice, moving slowly and disappearing when approached. At sunset, the mountain glows deep red and casts a giant shadow onto the clouds, forming an illusion like a gateway to another world. Custer State Park is known for its wide grasslands, where hundreds of American bison roam freely without fences or human control. The park is located among rugged granite mountains, accessed only by winding roads, helping it stay nearly untouched and wild. Scientifically, its rich ecosystem includes pine forests, rocky valleys, and natural lakes that offer great environments for studying wild biology. Culturally, this place once hosted spiritual ceremonies of native people who saw it as a sacred connection with nature. Its rarity lies in maintaining natural balance between humans and wildlife without modern interference in the 21st century. The area is not heavily promoted or developed, making it feel like a true hidden land for those who seek real nature. Iguazu Falls was created millions of years ago by volcanic activity, where lava formed thick basalt layers slowly carved out by river erosion. The waterfall system stretches about 1.5 miles wide and drops an average height of around 260 feet with constant roaring sound. When sunlight hits the mist, rainbows frequently appear and seem to become a natural part of the view. Below the ground, ancient rock layers preserve prehistoric geological traces, while the surrounding rainforest houses rare birds and mammals. Local legend says a god split the river to separate two lovers, and the falling water still cries with endless sorrow. Today, the falls are strictly protected, and visitors must follow fixed paths to avoid harming the natural landscape and fragile ecosystems. Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat on Earth, covering over 4,000 square miles and located at an elevation of around 1,900 feet. Its isolated highland position, surrounded by volcanoes and desert, makes it hard to access, especially during the long, rainy season. The surface is almost perfectly flat and is used to calibrate GPS systems due to its natural light reflection accuracy. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water creates a mirror effect that reflects the sky in a rare optical illusion. Local people consider it sacred land, where the sky and earth become one, and ancestors send messages through wind and rain. Visitors often describe the experience as stepping into a surreal space where the self disappears into the infinity of nature. Gorge du Verdon is one of the deepest and most unique limestone canyons in the world, with vertical cliffs over 2,000 feet tall and a turquoise river flowing below. In some areas, echoes return in 3 separate layers, making it feel like sound comes from multiple dimensions. When light is shined on some cliff walls, a soft purple reflection appears with no clear source. Some drones lost control for a few seconds when entering deep gaps, but recovered without technical errors. Underground water flows have been found at the canyon's bottom that don't appear on official maps. Large rock formations here have perfect concentric layers that look carved, but no human tool marks were found. Mount Aconcagua is about 20,838 feet high and is the tallest mountain in the Americas, also one of the 7 iconic peaks of the world. The landscape here is wild, with bare mountain slopes, strong winds, and a deep blue sky that feels like entering a surreal world. Some who meditated at the summit said they heard wind sounds like a steady heartbeat, putting their mind into an uncertain state. Others described a complete loss of sound for minutes, like stepping into a space between 2 realities. A rock near the top often echoes with a hollow sound, as if something is inside. Bodies of climbers who died at high altitudes remain preserved due to the freezing cold, and locals believe their spirits guard the mountain as a gate to another world. Mont Blanc, with an elevation of about 15,781 feet, is the tallest mountain in the Alps and one of the most famous peaks in the world. This mountain not only attracts professional climbers, but also those who love nature and wish to test their limits. The landscape around Mont Blanc is unique, with snow-covered slopes year-round and glaciers stretching like long white strips. In the morning and at sunset, the light hits the snow, turning the mountain into a massive fire tower with fiery orange and red hues. However, Mont Blanc is also known for its harsh conditions, where temperatures can change rapidly and winds can reach up to 100 miles per hour. Some climbers have reported feeling an invisible force pulling them towards the summit, as if a supernatural power were present. It is also a place where many electronic devices fail to work properly due to interference from disrupted radio waves. Carlsbad Caverns is a massive cave system hidden deep underground in a wide desert limestone area, making the entrance nearly invisible in the dry terrain. It features more than 100 caves, with some chambers large enough to hold a tall building and others so narrow that only one person can pass through. The cave structures, like stalactites, stalagmites, and underground lakes, were formed over millions of years and have great value for scientific research. Each evening, bats flying out from the cave create a mysterious and iconic natural event linked to this site. A visit to Carlsbad Caverns makes people feel small compared to nature and inspires deep respect for the hidden beauty underground. Badlands National Park was shaped by millions of years of wind and water erosion, forming sharp peaks, deep cuts, and strange flowing valleys like another planet. Its soil and stone colors shift with the sunlight, turning from yellow to orange to purple, and creating layers that look like a painted dream. Beneath the cracked ground lies a massive fossil field of ancient creatures like turtles, sharks, and extinct mammals still buried and partly undiscovered. A native legend says this is a land where lost spirits walk endlessly, and the howling wind at night carries their voices from the past. Some scientists believe there are far more fossils underground, hidden beneath the rock layers, waiting to reveal long-lost secrets of ancient life. This park is not only a major place for paleontology research, but also a strictly protected wildland full of mystery and raw beauty. Black Elk Peak is the tallest mountain in the region at over 7,200 feet, surrounded by granite terrain with no motor roads available. Reaching the top requires hiking through steep trails, making it a destination for people who truly love wild and untouched nature. Scientifically, the area around the summit hosts rare plants and animals that only live at high elevations, ideal for mountain ecology research. Its rarity comes from the unique mix of towering height and deep spiritual meaning passed through generations of native culture. The peak stays hidden due to its remote location, difficult paths, and the cultural respect preserved by indigenous communities. Standing on the summit, visitors often feel inner peace, connected to nature, and free from all the noise of the world below. Fly Geyser is a strange, hot water spring in a remote desert area, only reachable by special routes and with permission since it is on private land. The geyser was formed after a drilling attempt in the early 20th century when geothermal water started spraying and minerals built up over time. The current rock formation is about 12 feet tall and keeps growing due to mineral deposits. This is a rare case where human activity and nature together created a new natural wonder. Fly Geyser is unique for its constant eruption and colorful layers that change depending on light, weather, and microorganisms. Standing in front of this view, many people feel like facing something from another planet. Shows that nature can still surprise us even when it was not part of our plan. El Yunque National Forest is the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. National Forest System, known for year-round humidity and thick clouds covering its canopy. Some areas inside the forest show unusually strong magnetic fields, even though there are no electronic devices or mineral deposits nearby. Visitors have reported a strange time loss sensation, with their watches showing incorrect times after walking through certain parts. In some sections, fog becomes so thick that flashlight beams cannot pass through, making it feel like space is bending. Recordings taken in the forest captured whispering sounds that don't match any known animal voices. Many old trees have perfect geometric cuts, as if they were marked by precise tools from an ancient time. Kings Canyon was formed millions of years ago by wind and water eroding ancient layers of sandstone. The contrast between dry rocks and the green forest below makes the canyon's beauty completely unique. During early morning or late afternoon, sunlight creates glowing colors on rock surfaces like a natural painting. Beneath the deep rock layers lie hidden caves with silent underground streams flowing through the darkness. Legends say this is sacred land, where ancestral spirits guard and protect it across generations. Visits are strictly controlled to preserve nature and prevent damage to the rare ecosystems in this canyon.